Today we have a special story for you, something that's been in the works for quite a few months now. It's a really great story, so you'll want to watch until the end. If you're a person that enjoys subtitles, you can click on the YouTube closed captioning button on the bottom right to get accurate subtitles. Please make sure to like this video if you want to see more projects just like this. Enjoy!
The sound of chatter and activity abound as two cadets speak to one another beside an external viewport at the edges of their ship's bar.
Isn't it beautiful?
What, you mean the planet?
No, the fleet.
What about it?
Just look at them. Thousands, all in perfect formation, spread across millions of kilometers. An entire night sky in itself. And we're a part of it. A part of the final fleet, in the final battle of this final war.
The fleet staged in the distance of space past the bar window, a wide scattering of flickering points of light occasionally overwhelmed by the passing of a wave of light from this ship's own shield. There is a distant clinking of glasses in the background, joined by the mumbles of other conversations.
I still don't see it. From this far away, you can hardly even make any of the other ships. It's just another pinprick of light amongst many. Besides, I doubt this is the final one.
It is, I swear. I heard it from one of the higher-ups. This is it. The last of the enemy's bastions, their homeworld. Everyone knows we've had them on the back ropes for generations now, and this is finally the end. After this, no more war, ever again. The Empire will be just that. The Empire. The one and only. No need for war if there's no one to war with.
I don't know. For one, how do we even know that this is their homeworld? I mean, we've still only charted like half the galaxy, mostly because they owned that half, and we've been a bit too occupied to bother charting the rest. Who knows how many other holdouts they have, and come on. I know you're a bit of an idealist, Jack, but surely even you know how history goes. There might not be another for a while, but one day, someone somewhere will get the idea in their head that they should start killing people for some stupid ideal or other, and they'll end up convincing a whole bunch of other people. And then what? A rebellion, that's what. Civil war. If you could even really call it civil.
Thank you, Debbie Downer. I may be an idealist, but it beats being pointlessly pessimistic like you, Debs. Come on, this is an occasion for celebration.
Debs takes a moment and a long sip of her drink, allowing Jack's words to sink in. The ice tinks as she sets her cup back down.
Celebration? Jack, this is cruel. It's one planet. They don't even have a fleet anymore. The last of it got wiped out a year ago. It's been nothing but insurrections and small-time raids. We haven't seen a new ship out of them since I was born. 22 years, Jack. Zero. Nothing. This isn't even a war at this point. It's just murder.
That's how war is. This isn't primitive Dark Age stuff anymore. We have the entire history on record. You know as well as I do the kind of malicious, cruel horrors they've committed. They're monsters, Debs, through and through.
Sure. And how are we any different? Even if we do need to make sure there are none of them left, did we need to be so over-dramatic? Do we really need every single last ship in the entire fleet for this? This is enough firepower to level an entire sector, let alone one planet. Heck, with no fleet to oppose us, we could have just launched a remote strike and let it end with that. No need to even approach the gravity well and show them their impending doom.
Gods, you have zero sense for symbolism. This is the end of the war. Not just any war, the war. The biggest war in the history of wars. Can you imagine how awful it would be if what's written in the history books was, and then we nuke them? Horrible. Even I know that this needs to be big. It has to be. What would be the point of it all if we just let it, I don't know, just whimper out? It's a sign of a new age, a new era of peace and prosperity, where war is just a memory.
Do you see that?
See what? The bright future that's ahead of the Empire?
Shut up, Jack. No. That. Look.
There's a brief pause as Jack turns to look out of the window where Debs is pointing. There's a crash as two men who were mere moments from fisticuffs, as well as everyone else in the entire shipboard bar, all stop to look at a suddenly appearing and incredibly bright point of light which dwarfs all the others.
Whoa, wait. What the hell? Is that one of ours? The shield is...
Massive. I've never seen a shield that bright before. And it's so far away. And it's still that bright? How big is that thing? Did High Command seriously commission some super warship right as the war is about to...
She is interrupted by alarm sirens. The red emergency lights flicker on and everyone starts to only mildly panic as they leave the bar to get to their stations.
Red alert. Red alert. Enemy warship detected. Battle stations. Red alert.
Apostles above. Debs, do you see that? It's firing. I've never seen anything like it. What is that? Some kind of laser? I thought lasers were invisible with no medium to pass through.
Several individuals who haven't run out of the bar yet gasp in horror, and one woman screams in terror.
Apostles? It just cut one of the flagships in half. The core detonated instantly. I can hardly look at the nuclear plume. Oh gods, that beam is coming for... Oh gods, Jack! Jack, get...
An explosion sounds, but is swiftly cut off as a silence of space consumes the scene. Several moments of dead silence follow. More alarm sirens, and the shouts of soldiers barking orders and confirmations, requesting help or performing their duties.
Get a hold of that stray particle, damn it!
I know! An explosion rocks them.
Shit, we're hit. How are the shield fluxes?
Barely holding on, but we lost the entire aft section. We're lucky that it didn't hit the core directly or we'd be dust. It's all I can do to keep the compartment barriers online. Apostles above, what is even hitting us? I thought they didn't have a fleet.
I don't know, damn it. Just keep the shields online. We're sitting ducks without the thrusters.
Engineering bay. What the hell is going on? We need thrusters now!
Negative, Bridge. We lost the entire aft section. We're dead in the water. It's all we can do to keep the internal barriers online and the air inside the ship long enough for the stranded personnel to make it past the physical bulkheads.
No, Engineering bay. We need that power now. Give up the sections that are exposed. Close whatever bolt doors we have. We need all the power we have on directional shields. To the bow. Every last drop you can squeeze. Or we're gonna be actually dead.
Dear gods above, but that's so many.
Shut it! We have our orders. You have the shield fluxes. Do it!
Closing bulkheads. Apostles, forgive me. The sound of rushing air briefly echoes, along with the almost immediately silent screams of hundreds as the void takes them. Engineer 2 mutters prayers under his breath.
Pull yourself together, damn it! This is life or death. I have no clue what's going on out there, but clearly the enemy wasn't as vulnerable as Command believed. Focus! You heard the captain. We need those shields, or we're all dead.
You're right. You're right. Sorry. Maximizing forward shields. Oh gods, please let it be enough. The sound of creaking, twisting metal resounds through the ship, and the engineers are almost rocked to their feet.
Gods above, what was that? We may be half as massive as usual right now, but this is still an Empire cruiser. It weighs thousands of tons. No modern weapon system packs enough kinetic punch to rock us that hard. Are the shields?
Yes, holding, barely, but another hit like that and they'll break. No clue if we'll survive whatever comes in after. I can't believe it. It's like we ran into a small asteroid. Did a smaller ship crash into us, maybe?
I don't know. That first strike sliced off our sensor array, and now the computer's internals are scrambled by some kind of viral attack. It's a good thing this ship is last gen. We still have analog control over the fusion core. Something like this would have paralyzed any of the newer ships.
Dear gods, you don't think...
Yeah, we might be one of a handful of ships in the entire fleet even capable of fighting back, assuming this is hitting everyone. And we're already delegged, and with all power focused on the shields, practically defanged.
We need to...
Yeah, I'm about to. Bridge, this is engineering. The ship is also suffering some kind of electronic countermeasure. It's paralyzed most of our advanced electronics, but the older analog stuff is still working. However, I doubt the same is true for most of the rest of the fleet. We might be the only ones with hot weapons.
Understood, engineering. Change of plans. Doesn't matter if we can take the next hit, because the one after gets us anyway. Shift all power to the laser banks. If we're going down, we're not doing it quietly.
Understood, Chief. Redirecting power to the laser banks. A buzzing hum fills the ship as the laser banks charge, then discharge and fire a continuous invisible beam of molten sun for several seconds. The scene shifts to the bridge of the ship itself, where the captain just gave the order to fire. The chatter is present, but soft, as protocol requires a certain audio level be maintained to ensure that the captain can always shout above whatever raucous might be happening. Pilot, Ruth, do we still have the maneuvering thrusters?
Aye, Captain. But without much power, they won't push us very fast.
That's still enough. Any amount of movement should work at this distance. Push everything you've got to get us moving directly backward. Can't do lateral since we're missing the rear thrusters. We'll just end up spinning. Fire control, status report?
Report no damage, sir. Their shield ate the entire salvo like it was nothing. Bank's overheating from the overcharge. It'll be a while before we can fire again.
Damn it all. I was hoping to at least scratch the thing. Engineering, shift all power back to shields. Attention all hands. Abandon ship. It's been an honor.
Roger, Captain. Same.
Captain Dan, you make it sound like you're not taking a pod.
There's only so many of them, Security Officer Sasha. Our hangars were in the aft section. Besides, someone has to hit the button to drop the shields once the pods start launching. Now go. Comms, before you leave your station, did we get anything from command? Anything at all? No, Captain. Still static. Whatever they did, it scrambled us for good. Hurried, shuffling footsteps fill the air as the entire bridge vacates to make their way to the pods. The ship's alarm is still blaring. The captain speaks his thoughts aloud in a combination of confusion and amazement. How did it come to this? How did they get something like that? Is it even their ship? Just look at it. I've never seen lasers like that. Never seen lasers. What is that weapon even doing that you can see the beam before it impacts? And the speed of it. That's faster than light. What in the hells are they even firing? More than one, two, an entire array of them, several even. Cleaving through the fleet one after the other. It's a wonder that the view screen isn't melting from all the light of the fusion plumes. And their shield, it's so bright even from so far away. And how are they even firing with their shields up?
Bridge, this is Escape Pod Bay 1D. We're loaded up. Drop the shields.
Loud and clear. Dropping. A low hum manifests and vanishes as the sheen of protective fields disappear. He walks over to a synthesizer which buzzes as it makes him a glass of amber alcohol, clinking ice included. He quickly gulps down the entire shot as the ship echoes with whooshing sounds as the escape pods launch en masse. Gods help us all. He chokes on a second shot, shocked by something he's seen. No, that's the Gloriana. Why would they warp in the command carrier so close? Do they not know what's happening? There's no way they'll survive. He pauses as he notices one of the beams arcing back in his vessel's direction. Shit. Time's up. I can only hope most of the pods got away. He takes one last swig before the silence of space claims him. The scene shifts to the loud and hectic bridge/war room of the Gloriana moments before it warps into the battlefield.
All hands, attention. I am General Sebastian Strong. An unknown enemy vessel has actualized in real space in front of the Empire's full might. Somehow, it is not already dead. We've lost contact with the main fleet, and long-distance scans have picked up the gravitational waves of several core detonations. They're in the thick of it, and they're without leadership. In just a few moments, we're going to actualize on the battlefield ourselves and re-establish command so that we can face this renewed enemy threat. I'm sure everyone was looking forward to a swift end to the war, but it seems our enemy wasn't. To stations!
A dull hum steadily becomes louder as the ship's warp bubble slowly collapses, and it remanifests in reality. An AI voice counts down in time with the hum.
Actualization. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Actualizing.
The entire ship creaks, and there is a very subtle lurch as the incredible mass of the Gloriana actualizes. The bridge gasps, and some men swear as they find themselves face to face with a vessel several times larger than them.
Apostles, look at it. Where did it even come from? How could they have...
Can it, Commander? All hands! Battle stations immediately if you aren't already there! Launch all squadrons full power to forward shields. I want every single damn tube on this ship firing yesterday! Overcharge every laser bank and pre-fire a point defense just to be sure. One salvo, then let our ships through. Data Officer Jones, lock down incoming transmissions. Whatever knocked out the fleet's comms is going to come for us next, and I want to be ready. Commander Todd, I want you to work on restoring communications via secure channels on personal communicators. And make sure none of them are connected to the primary computer. Orders are simple. Fight. This one's for all the marbles. Coordinate salvos if possible, but don't wait.
The bridge comes alive with chatter and activity as her orders are carried out. The sounds of anti-capital torpedoes, point defense flak bursters, and firing laser banks echo throughout the hull.
Everyone else, huddle on the war table. We need to assess the battlefield.
The hologram audibly flickers, displaying a scene of utter holographic carnage to the shock of the war room.
Dear gods above, it's carnage. Half the fleet? It's barely been 15 minutes. How can one vessel do this much damage?
Did you see that thing, Commander Yu? It's the size of a bloody moon. Firing visible lasers. Faster than light ones, too, apparently. Look at them. Why haven't they turned them to us yet?
Simple. We're too close. Gloriana has no less than 12 fusion cores. If they detonate us, they'll get caught in the explosion. I was intending to be several kilometers off when I gave the jump coordinates. Didn't expect the thing to be this goddamn big. Analysis, people. What are we dealing with? Rick, you're a weapons expert. Enlighten me.
I have no idea, General. I've never seen green beams of death before. Just normal weapons like lasers and grav imploders. Whatever they're firing is beyond the scope of modern technology. Without access to advanced scientific tools, I have no way to analyze it.
General, if I may, if they cannot fire on us, that means they can't fire on anything behind us. We should instruct whatever remains of the fleet to do all they can to maneuver themselves into Gloriana's shadow.
Great idea, Commander Roderick. That way our entire fleet can salvo us in the ass. Look, they took out the carriers first. That's not even supposed to be possible from nearly an entire light minute out. The only ships left are all direct fire cruisers and bombardment vessels.
Commander, none of the remaining fleet has moved from the staging formation. None of them are even firing right now, except for only a handful of the vessels in the back. See, that one's EVA thrusters are pushing it backward. It was cut clean in half. How is it even operable at all when seemingly no one else is? General, I've finished locking down our incoming transmissions. You were right. Just barely moments after you gave the order, a massive EM pulse shocked the entire system. If any of our receivers had been active, they would have melted. Everything else is EM hardened, thankfully. One of the rear sections didn't lock down in time, and I had to cut them off before whatever hit their system spread to the rest of the ship. It's a virus, Commander. Some kind of electronic attack. Given the speed at which it crippled that section, one specifically designed to counter our systems. But I have no idea how they managed to load a virus onto an EM wave strong enough to destroy electronics.
Good work, Data Officer. Todd, how's our backup comms?
Working, sir. It seems that whatever Pulse Jones was talking about can't reach the personal devices inside the ships. We're free to transmit and receive, but there'll be a light speed delay.
Good enough. Distribute the orders and tell everyone to close in. If they can get close enough, it won't target them with that death ray due to the moving wreckage and the fusion plume.
General, if the entire fleet collects at one spot, all it will take to destroy us is a handful of core detonations. Some of those bombardment vessels are large enough to start the chain reaction by themselves.
I understand, Commander. Todd, instruct the larger vessels to get into Gloriana's shadow and follow us. Bridge, once the larger vessels are behind us, slowly move about the enemy vessel. Give the larger ships cover as they make their way around towards the planet. We'll give them shade from the laser so they can use the Celestial for cover. If we're lucky, the enemy will drop the main fleet and give us an opening, trying to protect the world.
But won't they end up shooting us in the ass, General?
Can it, Roderick? Besides, they aren't going to target the vessel. They're bombardment cruisers. The blast radius on their payloads would hit us regardless at this range.
General, the surviving fleet reports that they're paralyzed from the viral attack. Only a handful of older generation ships have functioning grav thrusters.
Get every single data officer on every vessel on the same command structure. We have some of the best minds in the entire Navy on these ships. I want them cracking this virus now.
Understood, General. TFB, you're the new data chief. TFB, Wirt and Jack, buddy.
Fighter Bay, report. How are the squadrons doing?
Bad, sir. The enemy has deployed a strange new countermeasure we've never seen. Fighters and bombers both dropping like flies. It's not visible on sensors, but surviving squadrons are reporting a gray cloud that's devouring ships whole.
Maybe it's not complete. Maybe it's their last-ditch effort. If that's the case, it has a weakness. Some exposed section somewhere. They could be using their shields to conceal it from the sensors. My best guess, the back. General, we should command the fighters to focus fire on the rear shields.
I agree. Flight Master, order all squadrons to focus efforts on the rear of the vessel, break through those shields, and find any possible weaknesses.
The scene shifts to the cockpit of one of the fighter-bomber pilots, just as the flight master repeats General Strong's orders.
All squadrons, focus on the aft of the enemy vessel. Command believes it may have a weak spot over there. Great, just fucking wonderful. Red 2, Red 3, flank me. We need to get in tight. Pre-fire all weapons, anything to disrupt those damned ghosts.
Roger, Wing Captain. I'm on your...
Her feed is cut as a cloud of gray particles envelops her ship.
Apostles, Captain, we'll never make it that far. We have to fall back.
No can do, Red 3. We won't make it back either. I saw what those things did to the ships that turned around. They're prioritizing retreating ships. They're trying to pen us in. The only way through is through. We need to get in under those shields. Activate the phase disruptors on my mark.
Roger, Wing Captain.
Buzzing and whooshes sound in the cockpit as the wing captain fires his lasers and PD missiles into any cloud he can see.
Wing Captain, look, an exposed section. Command was right. It really is incomplete. I'm going in for a run. We have no time.
Red 3, negative, abort! You have clouds on your 6. I repeat, you have fuck, no! Damn it, Red 3, you reckless bastard! Shit, they're coming for me! Eat this, assholes! No!
The scene shifts to the cockpit of a different fighter bomber, deathly silent except for his heavy breathing.
I'm through! They missed me! But that other wing! Thank you! I'm alive thanks to you! Everyone else is gone! Those damn clouds! No! Specters of death! I see the opening, but it looks like they're aware of it! Too many clouds nearby! I can't get in! Wait, they're moving! All of them are... Oh, gods, no! Please, gods, no! They're going for the Gloriana! It got in too close! Why is it even moving? Oh no! The ship's behind it! It's trying to give them cover from whatever the hell those green death rays are! No! I have to report this!
Static is all that answers him.
Damn it! The shield is too thick! It's blocking my comms! I can't get to them! No, I can't fly out from behind the wall of this ridiculously oversized thruster either, or they'll spot me. I'm trapped, forced to watch as, oh gods, the clouds are eating it alive, just melting the Gloriana away. Are those people? Apostles, the mist, it's...
He removes his breathing mask and vomits into a container he carries in case he loses his lunch from too hard a turn.
I have to move out of here before the ship decides it wants to turn the thrusters on. The Spectre's moved. If I'm going to take a shot, this is the only chance. No, it wouldn't accomplish anything. A single bomb on a single exposed section isn't going to do shit to a ship the size of a damned moon. I need to hide, find somewhere way out of here. I can't die like this. I can't.
He begins to sob. It fades into the background as the scene shifts to a family in their living room, watching the news as a new war report breaks. The channel even went so far as to make a show of it being the final war report they'll broadcast, complete with an orchestral fanfare.
Breaking news! The final battle of the Galactic War is about to begin. Just a few hours ago today, the full might of the Emperor's Armada deactualized in orbit above the capital, Tarkason. They've taken the jump and are now arriving on the scene. News vessels have joined them to broadcast the action live with only a handful of light minutes delay. We have Mary Sumi on the scene.
Thank you, Tom. As you can see, the size of the complete Armada is truly a sight to behold. Never before in our history has the entirety of the Empire's Navy collected into a single formation. Only one vessel, the command carrier and flagship Gloriana, remains in deep space, just a handful of light minutes away. In fact, we can turn the cameras onto the Gloriana as she... Oh! The command carrier has just deactualized. She is joining the main fleet. The attack must be beginning. Let's zoom in on the action.
What the hell is that? I thought they said the enemy had no ships left. Look at that thing. It's huge. Oh, gods. Honey, get the kids out of here.
But Harold, we've always watched the...
Now, Caroline!
Daddy, what's going on? What are those green line thingies?
It's nothing, dear. Just some celebratory light shows for the new peace parade they're throwing. Now get to your room, children, and do your homework.
Mom, school's been out for like 2 weeks.
Just do as you're told, Susie. Take your brother and stay in your room.
Mom, I'm scared.
Shh. It's okay, Derek. Mommy's here. Nothing is going to hurt you. Just get to your room and be a good boy, okay?
Okay.
Dear gods, it's a massacre. What the hell is that thing? Why aren't they doing anything? They're just sitting there, letting it... God, damn news networks, cutting the feed like that. If you're gonna show the battle, then show it. No surviving Navy, my left clefticle.
Harold?
What? They're in their rooms. They can't hear me. And besides, you know I'm right. I told you there was no way they got them all. Space is way too big. You can't just up and declare that they have no ships left when you don't even control all their planets yet. Stupid propagandizing idiots. Now look at them. They got themselves ambushed by some newfangled enemy ship. So much for the last war report.
But, Harold, it's the entire Armada. Even if it's a straggler ship, there's no way it can beat that.
Yeah, probably. But it sure did a lot of damage in that opening salvo. I saw something like a dozen core detonations. A dozen. Imagine what would happen if the war really had gone on longer. It would have been another tide turn, this time against us. My grandfather lived through the last one, and let me tell you, it wasn't pretty. The stories he'd tell me when I was a hatchling...
Please, Harold. I don't think this is a good time to talk about this. Let's just switch over to Talks News. I'm sure they'll have a more up-to-date feed. One ship can't make that much of...
There's a flicker as the holovision feed cuts back in. The same newscaster speaking, but with a far more dour voice and a grim expression.
Hello, people of the Tarkasian Empire. I am Todd Ducker, and it is with a heavy heart that I suggest any children or those weak of heart turn off the broadcast or leave the room.
A minute of silence. Now, at exactly 21:24 today, the Empire's full armada set off for the homeworld of the enemy, Loranes. According to publicly published intelligence, the Loranus Federation's fleet-making capabilities had been utterly destroyed 20 years ago, with the final remnants of their fleet being captured in a small skirmish last month. However, it seems that the Federation has recently taken in a new member species who now speaks as the head of the Loranus Federation. They have requested to share a message with the Empire, which Emperor Tarkasian has approved.
A different fanfare plays, one very bassy with drums and a militaristic feel.
Attention, citizens of Tarkasian and its empire. I am Federation President Bonald Trident, currently wartime naval general of the new Federation Armada. And I am human. My people were primitive tribalists when your war began. The Federation has been keeping an eye on us, but never truly interfered aside from a handful of edge cases involving independence. When we developed spaceflight barely 100 years ago, we came to learn of the situation the galaxy was in and of the Federation's position in that war.
What the hell is this? A human, it said? It's disgusting. It has no scales, no secondary gills. What are those weird things coming off of its head?
I believe that's fur, darling. It's something that many land-dwelling animals have.
Well, it's disgusting. I can't look at it. I'll be in the kitchen grabbing some sulfuron.
We also learned of the numerous atrocities committed by the Empire on the order of your kind Emperor. In many cases with public support from you, its people. Look at this. Look at these worlds. Notice something? They're barren. All of them. Every single one was once a beautiful, life-bearing planet with unimaginable diversity and millions of innocent souls. Every single one was bombarded into an inhospitable, unlivable hellscape by Empire fleets for no reason more than it belonged to the Federation. Loranus was about to join them, and you were going to celebrate this. Celebrate the deaths of countless billions, treating their screams like a fanfare for your feasts of blood and malice. They lost their navy. They had nothing left to resist. You could have simply forced them to surrender and taken their holdings more or less peacefully. But no, you held your big stick and you swung it with all of your might at a helpless, defenseless group of civilians.
Harold shouts from the kitchen.
Ha! Propagandizing bastard. The Loranus are scum. For each atrocity they dealt us, we dealt two in turn. It's only fair. Huh, that's weird. Why is it dark all of a sudden?
So, in respect for your culture of murdering innocent civilians to prove a point already proven, I bid you farewell, citizens of Tarkasian. Let this be the first and last time this happens. Ever.
Honey? What is he talking about? What is going on?
Derek comes crying down the stairs.
Mommy! The sun is gone! The sun disappeared! We're all going to die!
Mom, calm Derek down. I can't deal with this. I'll be in my room.
Fossils. Caroline, kids, get into the living room, now!
Ugh, do I have to?
A deep hum gets louder and louder and louder, drowning out Derek's crying as the family panics in each other's arms.
Yes, dear, now! Please! Hush now, Derek. It's all going to be okay. It'll all be fine. We'll be just fine. Come here. That's right. Let Mommy and Daddy protect you. Shh, shh, shh.
Then silence washes over, as all is buried. Sounds of pencils etching into notebooks as the lecturer speaks with finality.
And then we nuked them.
Seriously? That's it? That's lame.